getting ready to come on a Virgin Voyages sailing, you're going to want to make sure you're watching this full video to know how to navigate around the Scarlet Lady. She is not the most intuitive in the world. Hey everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every weekend, and I'm here on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady for my third sailing now. Super excited about Virgin Voyages as it's quickly becoming one of my new favorite cruise lines. This ship itself was built in 2020, was delayed going into service a little while due to COVID, and has a guest capacity of around 2,800 at the max amount. Now that to me is a perfect size of a cruise ship. It's medium, not too small, not too big. I really like it. There's going to be a lot of restaurants in here that we're going to walk through, and I'll give you some pointers and some tips on what I personally like in those restaurants and things you're going to need to think about when you're coming to the Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady. All right, everybody, I'm going to start here on deck number 5 at Pink Agave, and I'm starting here because to get back up to deck number 6, this does not connect, so it won't go to the front of deck 5 here. You're going to go back up the stairs. Show you that in a second. But Pink Agave is probably one of my favorite restaurants here on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady. The bar here, by the way, is first come, first serve. So if you do not use your app, make sure you're going to watch my video I'm going to make on what you need to know about the app to make reservations ASAP. You may be locked out, and you can come here to the bar area to find seating if it is open if you don't have a reservation. They're going to pack people into this location, but it is a really good time, especially when it turns into Pink Agave after dark. And they're going to play lots of great Latin music. People will be dancing in the middle of the aisles. It is a really, really good time. You've also got a lot of selfie photo shops here, places that you can take selfies. These lights make for really good lighting and selfies. And then here you're going to have sailor services. So on Virgin Voyages, you are not going to be a guest. You are going to be a sailor. So these folks are going to be the ones that will help you with any assistance that you may need as it relates to guest services or sailor services. The app on Virgin Voyages is also not the best. It's glitchy, it crashes, but if you come down here every day, they're going to have the at a glance that you can pick up, and that is the equivalent of a cruise compass to walk you through what all is going to be happening for the day, including your food options, venues, and where all you can hang out. You're then going to have your Medi Spa here. I have not come through here. I think that I may come for a little bit later on, but this is the location you're going to come for any of your medical or med spa treatments, massages, all that great stuff. Hi, everybody.
Hi, welcome to Redemption Spa.
They are glad to help you out and book those appointments for you. Coming back out, we're going to go over to Razodazo. So this is what I call the vegetarian or vegan forward restaurant that is on the ship. And the reason that I say that is it puts vegan and vegetarian options front and center. Does that mean that you cannot order a meat option in Razodazo? Absolutely not. They call it their naughty items. This is also my favorite brunch spot on the ship. Their food is amazing for brunch here. I recommend the water and cream. Give you a quick look of what this looks like, but it is a really awesome time. If you want to come in here, grab a table. Again, brunch is my favorite. If you want some naughty items to have some chicken or something of that nature, you can still do that here. It's just going to take ordering it to customize it that way, which is different. And so that's what I mean by being vegetarian and vegan forward. It starts with a vegan option, and you can make it a meat option. Instead of the traditional starts as a meat option, and then you have to switch it to a vegetarian option. So this is one of those places I was telling you about earlier. We now got to go up the stairs. There is nowhere else you can connect to through here. So you're going to come up the stairs, and this is going to take you up to deck 6. So when you want to get to guest services, Razodazo, Pink Agave, you're going to come to your midship elevators, and you're going to go down the stairwell that is here. Let's see, let's start over on, I think this is the starboard side. So this is High Street. This is their shopping venue on board Virgin Voyages. Now they are in the process changing vendors, and I don't know exactly what that's going to mean for their product lineup. They've got a lot of really high-end products here, you all. Like if you want to drop some good money, you can buy a, $300 t-shirt here. That's kind of the level of what they're sailing. So if you want to do that, you are certainly more than welcome to do that. Here's the test kitchen. So you'll check in here. Great lighting if you want to get a selfie in here, by the way. Test kitchen is like their wonderland, if you will. So it's a gastronomy situation where they're making all sorts of really neat food, combinations that you never would have thought of, but it is a really, really good spot. If you're a solo cruiser, you're going to make sure that you are hanging out at the bar. I think that's the best place. They've also got a really neat common table here if you are a larger party. Those are not always easily accommodated on Virgin Voyages, but they try their best to do what they can. The food in there, I haven't eaten there this cruise yet. I think that it's one of those places that you want to go at least once. I don't know that this is, if you're booking your restaurants, don't book 2 of them. I don't think that that's going to be necessary because it's going to be the same food. They've got 2 menus in there that you can choose from, and it winds up kind of being the same thing at the end of the day. I'm going to cut back through the midship elevator section. You'll see the Roundabout is right through there, but we're going to come back to that here in a second. High Street continues to the other side where you can continue your shopping, your buying. They've got some really neat products, by the way, for Virgin Voyages. If you're one of those who likes to share the brand of what you like or something creative, they're actually decent prices as well, but they've got some neat items that they sell. This store in here is the gentleman's clothing store. I don't know if you can see it through the shop or through the blinds or not. And then you can have their merchandise store. If you need sunscreen, toiletries, snack items, that's going to be over there in their merchandise store. Here is Extra Virgin. Let's see if we can get into Extra Virgin. This is their Italian joint, and I'm going to be locked out. So I can't show you Extra Virgin right now, guys. Sorry about that. Or actually, am I pushing this the wrong way? Ha! Look at that. You'd think I'd be smarter. All right. Stepping into Virgin Voyages. Ah, that door is heavy. All right, so they're going to have some common tables here as well. If you do not have a reservation, this is where you're going to be able to come and sit. Again, make sure you are getting your reservations ASAP in the app. That is crucial to, I think, enjoying your experience here on Virgin Voyages. Scarlet Lady, beautiful spot. You'll see a lot of their designs here are really, really contemporary, which I personally like. It is not, I'll say, not the old school. I did a video on the old world charm of Brilliance of the Seas. Oh, that door again. And this ship is the exact opposite of old world charm. It is new world charm. It's contemporary. Everything's kind of light and airy. Oh, I do want to show this to you all. So, you know that I collect the crystal ship blocks. They've got 3 versions that they carry here, which I think is just really neat. I have this one here. I do not have the red one, but I do have the glass one, which is probably my favorite, just that they took a different approach to it, if you will. So you'll see where we just came from. I always like to give you all perspective on where we've been. More clothing, Virgin merchandise. Say the ship models are probably one of the more familiar ones. And as always, you have to have a jewelry store on board a ship. You don't necessarily have to have a Bulgari store on board the ship. So you want to drop some real cash, that's going to be the spot for you. Here we're going to have the Roundabout. This is probably one of my favorite spaces on the ship. You'll often see people performing right there in the center section. The blue chairs on the right are the most comfortable. So if you're looking for a good spot, they go quick, but they're the most comfortable. You can even sit directly under the stairwell if that's something you want to do. I had some people there the other day, and you're going to have bands that come over to this section. We had a cabaret singer yesterday who was fantastic. So the entertainment here is different, and there's always something in the evenings going on here at the Roundabout. Now this is the Rocks Bar. So if you want to come, have a lounge, have a sit. Again, really, I say contemporary, but it's kind of mid-century modern, right, everybody? If you look at these designs that they have, this is a really fun spot that you can come and hang out in, listen to the live music. They do pipe the live music, so if it's over in the Roundabout section, they're going to put it through the PA system, so you'll still hear it wherever you may be sitting. Coming over here, they've got some unique stores. Or I say that they're unique. The dry dock is their blow dry location for the ladies who want to do that. Not unique necessarily, but it's always interesting. They put it front and center so everybody can see it. Stubble and groom, so if you are a gentleman and you want to get a haircut, a beard trim, facial, that's going to be the location for you. And you've got makeup porthole. That's going to be here. So if you want to get your makeup done, you can come here. And booty free. I love the play on words that Virgin Voyages does. Instead of duty free, it's booty free. It doesn't have a huge selection to it. But of course, it's a cruise ship, so it's going to feature Hennessy white, pure white. And then over here, this is really a unique thing, is squid ink. Come show you the sign. If you want a tattoo, come quick. It fills up, believe it or not. There are a lot of people who want to get tattoos on board Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady, so make sure you're signing up and getting with your friends to see what group shot you're going to get. Cutting through the casino, going to pick up on the other side. And you've got the Manor here. This is going to be the entertainment space. So I was going to cut through the casino, but I had to stop to show you all the entrance to the Manor is actually in the middle of the casino. So make sure you're checking it out. Got a great LCD screen over here. I'll go through the casino. It is off, or the machines are off. So hopefully I won't get in trouble for this one. As I've not done it before, no, cameras aren't always appreciated, but not showing you anything important because all the machines are off. You're gonna have your cashier, the cage over here. And one place that I think is hidden here, and I don't even know if I can get into it at this moment, is gonna be the smoking lounge. So if you are a smoker, the casino here is non-smoking, but you have a smoker's lounge where you can come and smoke. So we'll walk in. They do actually have some machines in here, so if you want to play some games, you'll be able to do that. But this is an interior spot if you want to come grab a cigarette, enjoy yourself, maybe press a button on a machine or two. They used to only have poker machines in this room. They've now moved those out, so there are some actually on the main floor in the non-smoking section if you want to hang out there. You're also going to have the Red Room here. The Red Room is, I don't want to call it their theater. It's so much more than a theater, and sounds like they've got something going on as well inside. Lots of people are practicing today, but it is a really fun spot. It is more of a multi-purpose location. So their stage will turn into dual reality. So it'll almost be a Circus Soleil style look to it. You're gonna have other theatrical performances will be inside of there. You're gonna have the Dance With It party thing. That is a really neat spot. Here is the newest spot on board Virgin Voyages, and that is WPT at Sea. So, World Poker Tournament. They have a poker room. They're the first one to have a poker room. It's closed, but can I peek in? Yes. So, they have now set up an official poker room here on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady. So, pretty cool spot if you are a poker player. They have tournaments going on all the time. Swing by. Again, we are on deck number 6. All the way forward is where you're going to find this, but they're really going to try to make a push for you poker players that are out there. All right, so now we are at the back of the ship. I'm going to walk upstairs once again. Actually, I say that. I have to stop and think on this ship, on where I am going, because I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to miss anything on deck number 5 at this section, but it is all in the midship area, not on the forward elevators. So you have 4 forward elevators here, and eventually I'll show you the elevators in the back too. Here you've got the group, and I think this is probably the biggest secret on Virgin Voyages. I've never heard anybody actually talk about this space before, but it is a karaoke space. So if you want your own private room, the purple room, the pink room, to come and do karaoke, they're gonna have the video machines inside for you. Believe that there is an extra cost to rent these out. Let's see if you can see this in the dark. But it's a whole setup just for you and your friends to enjoy karaoke with some soundproofing luckily to the wall, so nobody else in these rooms will hear you. Heading back out. Love this automatic door, by the way. You saw me struggling with the other one. Okay, this is me gonna see if I can show you all the Red Room quickly. I know they've got something going on in there. So I'm probably gonna be on the quiet side, but this is the balcony. And sometimes I have better luck at the balcony. All right, so that was them practicing dual reality, which is a really fun show. Make sure you're getting reservations for that as well as soon as you board the ship. It does fill up and it is capacity controlled. it is Circus Olay style stuff. So they're doing all sorts of acrobats and tricks and jumps and all sorts of really, really neat stuff in there. It's going to have two sides to it that you saw for dual reality, but they can switch that up and the stages move, the seating moves. It's a really versatile space for Virgin Voyages. Now we're at SIP. You kind of don't get to see the elegance of this place with, you know, the bar being closed like that, but it is really nice with the copper back there when they open it up. Really fun place to come sit, hang out with your friends as well. These chairs are very comfortable to me. Hello there.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
And it's going to be a great spot to come for afternoon tea from 1 to 4 p.m. So it is a traditional style British tea because Virgin Voyages, it's not a British company, it's registered and flagged in Nassau, Bahamas, of course. But it does take its cues from Richard Branson out of the UK. So it is a really fun place to come to. It's also probably on the quieter side when you come to this section here. So if you want to check that out, this is going to be a place where you can kind of get away from the crowds if you're starting to hear too much noise. There is music. So I've gotten this question a lot from folks. You can probably hear music above me. Hopefully that's not going to get me flagged in YouTube. But it's not loud. It is in a lot of the venues. They do play music everywhere. But it's not overly loud. It's just normal. You're going to have your next cruise desk or book your next Virgin Voyages cruise that you can come on. You can also buy one of the hammocks if you want to. If you really enjoy those, which I do, those are for sale. Check out their latest offer. So they don't have drink packages here. So I always like to call out, you will get $600 of onboard credit to help you with your non-drink package voyage. I kind of like the fact that they don't have a drink package here, but they're always giving away onboard credit or buy $300, get $50. Make sure you're checking with the folks that sit there. They'll be glad to walk you through whatever that latest and greatest discount is. You're also going to have a resident DJ. So he's got a couple of stations here. This is going to be one of them. So when you're getting on the ship for the very first time, this is where your DJ is going to come to. This is also the upper section of the Roundabout. So remember, we were just down there. So people play down there. If you want to be out of the crowd again, come up here. They're still going to have the music pumped through the PA system on this floor. And I'm just going to call out this red desk while we're here. That is where Shore Excursions is going to be. So if you want to book a cabana in Bimini, or if you want to book an excursion in Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, or wherever your cruise may be going, that's going to be the place that you're going to want to come to. You've got Draught Hall over here, or Draught House. This is going to be your beer place. So you see all the taps on the back? They've got a few of this. I'll show you one more place where you can get a good draft beer if that's something you like. A little bit more of a bar feel here, but still very contemporary at the end of the day. Walking up here, I'm going to quickly step outside to show you one of my favorite areas on Virgin Voyages, and that is the outdoor section on Deck 7, where we are now. So there's normally not many people that ever sit out here. So let me see if I can get a decent shot out here. It's very bright today here in the Dominican Republic of Puerto Plata. But people don't sit out here very often. It's not always in the sun. There are shady times to it as well. And you're going to have seating outside for the pizza joint as well. Let's see, my camera fogged up. All right, that should come back pretty soon now. There we go. All right, so let's see if I can find another way to show you the outdoor space. Here is Lick Me Till I Scream. See what they did there? I Scream. They have a lot of great flavors here. And this is all complimentary with your cruise when you come to Virgin Voyages afternoon. I have not visited her yet because once I start visiting her, I normally don't stop visiting her. So I've not done that just yet. You're then going to have the pizza place. So this is actually really good pizza. It is not quick pizza though. So when you think of this place, you do have to come in, you're going to order, and you're going to have to wait a little bit to order your pizza. They've got a menu where you can customize a wee little bit. Hi there. But for the most part, they've got some set pizzas that they're going to be able to make for you that are fantastic. They are cleaning now. Normally there's a little bit more tables out here, but it is a really, really fun spot. And I'll show you the outdoor spot from inside. They've got a really nice section to sit outside. This is my favorite place if I'm going to eat pizza. They will also give it to you in a box. If you want to take it back to your room, you can easily do that as well. So they make amazing pizza. Got to wait just a wee little bit. Oh, here's the menu. I'll just flash that up on the screen. I recommend the white truffle and egg. That is my favorite one that they have. But just depends on what you want that they'll be able to serve you. Afternoon. All right, so I'm going to come back. Let's go back through ice cream just to make sure I'm giving you all the right tour of everything and not confusing you on where we're at versus cutting through. So we're going to come back to the Roundabout. And again, seating over here. On the other side of the Roundabout is going to be their library. Now, it is not in a quiet spot per se. This is during the day. Not many people come over here or sit, but this is their library. And you can see a better shot here of the outdoor furniture. Again, this is my favorite spot on Virgin Voyages, is outside on deck 7. Those couches over there, super comfortable. Great place to get away if you want to read, if you want to hang out, maybe meet a group of people here in the library. There's all sorts of options you can do and places you can go for selfies. Like this is also another really cool selfie spot that you'll find a lot of folks. So we're going to continue walking to the aft section of the ship here on deck 7. This is where we just were. So the pizza place is over there, midship elevators as well. But my truly favorite spot is the grounds coffee over here. This is where I come more than I should to visit my friends, but it is a good place. They do have some pastries here. All of these are going to be included with your cruise fare. Once again, lots of inclusions here. You got your coffee, you got Flo hiding in the corner. And then we're going to come through here. This is also a favorite spot for people to come to get selfies with Live, Breathe, Love, and Laugh. This is a cool spot. They're also going to have a lot of neat adult kind of games. So in this corner, they don't have it up right now, but they will also have a drawing board up, if you will. They have magic markers that you can go through and color a massive, coloring board, if you will, which is just really, really fun. You're going to have a game center over here. So if you get bored, if it's a rain day, for instance, they're going to have games that you can also play, which is pretty cool. You're going to have over here, I forget the name of this place. I'll have to look for it. You've got a tennis game going on that you hear, but they serve Reubens, Phillies, vegan sandwiches, pretzels. I personally will come in here and get the chicken wings from time to time. It is a great spot to be able to come in and just grab some munchies if you get hungry. But they do close down at a certain time. You're also going to have the arcade here. So if you want to come play, they do have the arcade, which somebody told me that they were free games in the arcade. I'm not sure if that's actually the case or not. I know that if I pan over here to the foosball tables, those are included, but I'm not sure if the arcade is or is not. I believe that it is. So this is the loose cannon. So if you're looking for trivia on board a cruise ship, this is where you're going to come for dirty trivia on Virgin Voyages. And so they try to take a little bit more fun approach here. They also will have some good beers on tap here as well. This is probably the place that I come to the least because you got to walk through that hallway to even know that it is here. It's kind of on the hidden side. They also don't serve food, so not a lot of reasons to really hang out in there other than just to drink or play trivia. So walking back over here, somebody let me know in the comments what you call this thing here. This is a skeet table. Ooh, I don't know what we call that, but it is there. And you're going to have a few goodies over here as well. So if you want to buy some sweets, those are probably not my favorite things on here, but they have fudge, which is probably my favorite thing that you do have there. Karaoke will sometimes also be set up in this stage. I don't know that I like that venue for karaoke the best. It gets a little crowded, but there's always some talented people on board the Scarlet Lady who can really sing. Behind this here, you've got shops. So they've got a little bit more of a clothing store on that side. It opens up every now and again, I'd say. And then we'll walk into the social lounge. This is where you can come to relax, very light and airy, kind of like a beach cottage, if you will. So I'm going to walk through to the actual bar first and show you all the cut through. So the Wake was right there. That is a restaurant. It's popular. It's the nicest one here, I think, from a formal perspective. This is a more beachy, feels like you're by the ocean a little bit kind of vibe here, like beach house. But it is a really fun place. You'll see a lot of people here, especially on set sail day. Just to give you perspective, we just cut through over there. We're going to come back through the other side and I'll show you the Wake restaurant, but I want to show you the dock right now. This is one of my other favorite places here. You'll have fresh juices here in the morning. They're not open all the time, but you can certainly check that out. And you're gonna have some grab and go sandwiches over here. If you just want something easy, I've done that before. Let's see how the fogginess holds up. It's probably gonna fog up again, and it does. So I'll come back and layer in some video for that because it's gonna fog up on me. But that is a really cool spot. They've got chairs out there that you can relax and enjoy in, where you can lay out. There is no water, no hot tub, anything like that back there, but it is a nice spot. Might be able to show it to you from upstairs as well. But here's the wake. So this is a great place to come. Actually, you can see outside a little bit to the dock here. The dock has great food, by the way. So if you go outside, they've got a really good tapas menu, if you will, with grilled octopus being my favorite thing over there. The wake here, though, is the more formal of the venues, and you can already see it's got a little bit classier of a style to it. My favorite thing to do, though, is sail away. So get your reservations ASAP. As soon as you can book your reservations for all of your restaurants, make sure you are doing that. This is my favorite place to sit for dinner on the first night on sail away, because you're gonna have beautiful views as the ship is leaving Miami. Bring your sunglasses, it may get a little bit bright. If you're not good with stairs, you can use the doors right there to the far side. That'll simply take you to the aft staircase where you can then walk upstairs, or take the elevator if there's any mobility issues, or if you don't want to just walk the stairs. But check-in is technically on this floor. You do have access to the elevators behind you once you get checked in to head downstairs. All right, so that is the common spaces inside for decks 5, 6, and 7. Now I'm gonna jump in the elevator because I get winded when I'm walking upstairs all this time. I'm talking with you all to show you deck 15. So we're gonna go to a few more restaurants, including the Galley. So that is gonna be their buffet style. That's not buffet, it's more food court oriented style food. Be right back. Just to show you that we truly did change decks, I am now on deck 15 here. So this is the rear elevator bank. So once you turn around, you'll see the outdoor seating for the Galley. That is, again, their food court that they have here. I'm not gonna walk outside to show this to you because my lens keeps fogging up. It is very humid today in Puerto Plata, but you can look out there and see they have plenty of tables, and they're gonna have some stairs. If you wanna walk up to the higher deck, up to deck 16, you can do that as well. There are gonna be some people eating in here, but I wanna show you all what your food options are if you wanna come here. What you're gonna first wanna know is that, you order a lot of this stuff at the table. So they're gonna have a QR code on the back here that you're gonna wanna bring up. If you're not a fan of QR codes, you can just ask for assistance, but then you can have raise for service. So once you're ready to order, you're gonna just flip this up. It's tough to do with one hand. And they're gonna come to your table and take your order. And so they'll bring it to you. So it is not a buffet because they bring it to you. There are places that they want you to go pick it up yourself, but for the most part, they're going to wanna bring it to you. Panini shop is where I probably find myself eating at the most, just because it's the easiest kind of food to get. They're gonna have noodle around. If you're a fan of ramen, they've got a spicy tonkatsu that is actually halfway decent. You're also gonna have drinks on board the ship. So you'll see that she is getting soda. So one thing that a lot of cruise lines do not include is beverages. So it is not a freestyle machine, but it still will allow you access to Coke, Sprite, ginger ale, all those great things for no additional cost. Let's talk about it. They've also got a really good chorizo burrito that I enjoy getting here. Fried avocado tacos. They're gonna serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner there. Popsicle stand here is a champagne bar first thing in the morning, but then it turns into a fruit stand with popsicles inside of it, which are fantastic to eat. You're gonna have your bento box shop further up here. That's gonna give you where you can grab some grab and go sushi. In the morning, it's gonna be more fruit, dinner, and dash. You can come and get breakfast all day. This is actually open 24/7, somebody's told me. I have not come up here at 3 in the morning to check that out, but that is what I've heard. You've got burger bar, and they are big into all things impossible here. So if you are vegetarian and want an impossible burger, they will have that for you with no issues. Plenty of sweet treats that you can eat from, which is amazing. They're all really good, especially the macaroons. I do recommend those. Coming down here, you're going to have Gunbi Korean. This, I'll call it, is my least favorite. And it's not because I don't like the food. Korean barbecue is very, very good. I just got back from a trip to Korea, actually. But what I learned during that time is I'm not a cook. I've known this actually. So here, you gotta cook your own food in a lot of spots. So they'll give you a place to cook your own Korean meat, and that is just not my personal favorite, but it is a beautiful restaurant. If you wanna come and hang out here, you can certainly do that. Again, make sure you're getting reservations early for all of these places because they will fill up. Coming back out to the Galley Food Hall, you're gonna have the daily mix up here. In the morning, that's gonna be your bagel station. So they have a few different kinds of bagels. You can do lox, you can do cream cheese, but more so for lunch and dinner, it is your salad bar, custom. So you tell them what they want, you walk up there and they will give that to you. And you'll see there'll be a few coffee stations around here as well, where you can grab a drip coffee, no additional charge, or you can come over here to Grounds Club 2, this is the second one, and grab an espresso drink. So I normally go to the one downstairs on deck number 6 because it has less people at it. More people in the morning come up here for breakfast, they think they want their espresso drink. This is where they're gonna come. Go to deck 6, it'll be quicker, I promise, and a better experience. You also have their fitness center here. So it is called Burn and Bike. And so if I walk in here, it is dark, but the views are incredible. So if you do want to work out and you love having a great view, you can certainly do that here. I've got a whole nother video that I'll link to that gives you a walkthrough of all the exercise facilities here. But they did a really good job with it. It is a smaller space. They've got a lot of cardio. You're gonna have your biking in here. And they've split it up. So they've got like 3 or 4 different places that you can actually exercise on board Scarlet Lady, which I'm not sure that I like. I was thinking about this the other day. I kind of like having one big room. So when I'm over here in the weight section, because I try to be somewhat healthy, it can get crowded. So one of the downsides about it being popular, there's a lot of people that enjoy fitness that come on here. And so there's a lot of people that are gonna be using this gym. This is gonna be B complex. So they'll do some classes, things of that nature in here. You've got your yoga mats, you've got some medicine balls. They do can you see them? I don't know if you can see them. They even do a bungee course. If you wanna come and bounce around and get some exercise, you can do that. Here's their water machine. One thing that I don't think that I've noticed the other times that I've been here, you gotta bring your own cup. They don't give you cups. So I don't know if that's an environmental thing. They don't have a water fountain. They only have that machine. So bring a cup or a way that you can get water. They do have really good equipment. It is all very new, but as you see, because they've separated the two out, you have not too terribly much space inside of here. And then you've got the pool area outside. So again, great views from within the gym. If you need a little bit of motivation, you'll get some awesome views here. Now I'm gonna pause once again. I'm gonna walk outside because the next things that I need to show you are outside, and I gotta let the camera fog up and then come back so we can use it once again. All right, so I gave it a little bit of time for me to unfog, so hopefully we're back in business. You've got the pull-up bars over here, another outdoor exercise equipment. You'll see random places like this all throughout the ship. You don't see many people using them, but if you want to, you certainly can. You're also gonna have, I think this is considered a pool. It's about 4 feet deep or 1.2 meters. Lots of seating inside of it. So if you are looking to just hang out and relax, that is a good spot to go. It's also gonna be away from a lot of the music that you're gonna find at the main pool where we're gonna head to now. These seats also go very quick on here. I've made a whole video on why I do not like the outdoor space or the pool space on board this ship. You're gonna have 2 hot tubs that also fill up very quickly. I recommend coming to these in the evening. They normally are a little bit slower that you can hang out there, and they're gonna have plenty of bars. Come here for sail away. This is a great spot to be. Be on deck number 15 or 16, where we're gonna go to in a second, because they're gonna have free champagne for you. You're gonna have these V-shaped chairs over here. I think that's people's favorites because they're in the shade. There is not a lot of shade on the ship. The floor also gets very warm, and those purple seats are gonna stay extremely warm as well. So make sure you have a towel down and that you are wearing your shoes when you walk around this ship. We're gonna come back inside quickly, and I'm gonna jump upstairs to head to deck number 16. All right, so I wanna show you the sign again. We are now on deck 16 in the forward section. And one thing to note, bathrooms here, I haven't been pointing these out as I've gone through. They're a little bit complicated to find, but there is one here. Should you need to use it, you can. You're then going to come outside, and you're going to have Richard's rooftop to the right here. This is only for the suite guest and those people that have Richard's rooftop privileges. There's not a pool back there, but they will have 2 hot tubs. They've got the mesh places on the right you can sit at, some umbrellas they'll put up for you, and its own bar. Here's probably one of the more secret restaurants. I think most people don't even know that this one is back here if they don't walk around. But it's going to have, hey there, it's going to have poke bowls, which I personally like. Very refreshing, very light if you want to come here to check it out. Quickly walk over here. You've got the little red guys here are tents. I don't necessarily like these. I do like that these point towards the pool, so it's great people watching, but that red will get very, very hot if you don't put a table down. During the day, you're also under Save Water, Drink Champagne sign. This is where the resident DJ is going to hang out. So he's going to turn this place into a day spa, or day club. There we go, day club, during sea days. You're also going to have your smoking section over here, so if you want to come outside, have a cigarette, you can do that in this location. And they have plenty of chairs here. So for the sea day yesterday, was not really an issue getting any of the seats. I think people had mostly good success with doing that. I'm kind of surprised how many people stayed on the ship in Puerto Plata, but there's a good number of people here. It's probably around 1:30 in the afternoon right now. The bar upstairs is closed. The one downstairs is still open and ready to take drink orders. You're gonna have plenty of stools around here. They're not the most comfortable, to be honest. So I don't recommend sitting there long, but it will give you good people watching because you face the pools. Most of the bars will also have a water station where they have lemon, different kind of fruits inside of it to make that feel, a little bit fancy, if you will, but it's still just water at the end of the day. Here you've got some cabanas. So I don't necessarily understand their cabana concept, but you do have some cabanas here that you can rent out. I'll sneak over and show you what this bad boy looks like. But you can pay extra money to have this kind of experience. It gives you privacy, but it's not going to put you anywhere close to the pool, and it will give you a little bit of shade. But at the end of the day, I don't necessarily understand it because I'm sure that they're not cheap to be able to rent those. But if you want to, hey, go for it. I mean, if you want to make sure that you absolutely have a seat, you can do that. So I'm going to cut through here real quick just to show you one of the other exercise venues. So this is training camp. If you are into CrossFit, body weight training, those kind of things, this is where you're going to come to enjoy or to work out. So you've got a row machine. You're going to have plenty of, I think those are medicine balls with TRX. You've got some kettlebells over here, and you've got all sorts of TRX ropes that you can use and bungee cords. So again, CrossFit kind of style training in here. Nobody normally is in here. I think I've seen one person max in here. So if you want to have a workout place to yourself, I do recommend coming here. All right, coming back outside. Perfect. Doesn't look like I'm fogging up. You're gonna have more workout space. So this is the other side that we just walked through. So this is gonna be our port side. We just saw the starboard side, but I'm gonna walk you to the back of the ship, the aft section. You'll see that there's, again, some of this random exercise equipment. I think that its days probably are numbered. Nobody ever uses it. It takes up space. I think there's a much better use for this space than exercise equipment. Behind the red that you see here, the doors, it's all electrical engineering stuff, so we cannot go back there. You're gonna have some beds back here as well. Again, they get very hot, so make sure if you come here, put a towel down that you're sitting on it to enjoy your time out here. It's gonna be a little bit away from any of the pools, so it's not an ideal location if you wanna jump in a pool to cool off because it is direct sun. You've got some neat mesh seating that they're gonna have for you, a seesaw if you wanna have fun, and then over here you're gonna have the only basketball court that they have. So a lot of people do come in here. It is very narrow for a basketball court, but it will absolutely get the job done. There's another singular bathroom, a place you can fill up your own water bottle if you have a water bottle. I think that's one of the things I wish that I would have brought on this sailing was a water bottle. They do keep water in your room, which is a really nice touch with glasses, but you don't want to take those glasses throughout the ship with you. So bring a water bottle if you're coming on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady. It'll come in handy. It definitely will come in handy. So we are now at the very back section of the ship, the aft section of the ship. You can cut down here. That is the galley outdoor section where we were earlier. The neat thing here is you've got the triple net. So if you're scared of heights, this is not for you. But if you're not scared of heights, you can come over here and you can get on the net when it is open, and you can look all the way down to the water. When the ship is under sail or is cruising, it is a beautiful view of the wake looking here. You've got lots of chairs all the way around here. It can also get really, really hot. So if I can caution you against anything on the ship on avoiding injury, make sure you test something out on how hot it is before you sit on it. Luckily, the hot tubs don't normally stay that hot. They are more warm tubs. They call them whirlpools, but they do have those here. Got a chess game over here in progress and some additional seating on the opposite side of the basketball court. So we're going to come upstairs now to deck number 17. So this is deck 17 aft. This is the only place that deck 17 actually exists, is in the back of the ship. And this is going to be your walking / running track. So deck 17 is one of the most hidden areas. You can have some restrooms over here on the right. And this back here is the perch. I'm going to walk this way just to give those folks a little bit of privacy because you can access it from either side. You'll have, I don't know what those boxes are for. They've got numbers on them. I don't know if they announce a winner for something. But I think that this up here is an amazing spot for a private event. So if you are hosting a private event on one of the Virgin Voyages ships, you've got a group coming on, a wedding, something of that nature, it is absolutely beautiful up here. And the space isn't really used that much. But it's got a lot of potential here on the very forward section of the ship. As you see, they've got a few lounge chairs up here. There's a few folks that have figured it out or have found it. But it is a really, really nice spot. Come up here, give you a quick view of Puerto Plata. And you can see down to the net where we were just a moment ago. I don't know if you can see my mom. She's sitting in one of those chairs right over there in Puerto Plata. I had to leave her to come up here and shoot some videos for you all. So I hope you hung with me through the end of that video. It takes a little bit to do a walking tour. You can see I'm a sweaty mess. It is very humid here today. But I hope you saw, some of the dead ends that are there. You need to know where to go and how to get there when you come to a Virgin Voyages cruise. They also don't have maps. I don't know if you noticed that or not. They'll tell you what's on what floor, but they don't give you any indication on how to get there, which I always find really strange. So I hope this was helpful for you all if you're looking at coming on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady. And this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser. Hoping to see you on a weekend cruise soon.